dumb stories with Mario and other people going on stupid adventures.
Yeah, you want to show the channel?
Yeah. Here we are.
So this is our front page right now. We're currently on 2.8 million subs. I think we've been doing this for five to 6 years, I think.
Yeah, I started in 2011.
Yeah. And basically, it's been a very long journey. We've learned a lot of things, and I think it'll be great to share our experience with you guys, and especially if if you want to do YouTube. Is there anybody in here that actually has a YouTube channel or is like looking into YouTube at the moment? Sweet, quite a few people. All right, on. Well, let me preface with this saying, Luke started YouTube on his own.
Yeah.
I think, how old were you?
I was 13 when I started. I am now 19. So that was like, what, 9 years ago? 8 years ago?
Yeah, and how long did it take you? 3 years?
It took me 3 to 4 years to even start getting traction for my channel.
Yeah, so he didn't get his first 1,000 subs until like 3 to 4 years into doing YouTube, but he just sort of kept going at it, and like that is the number one thing. Before we begin any of this, this took a very, very long time. Like all of this took years and years to sort of build upon. Now, that said, why don't we, for those who don't know what SMG4 is...
We can show you a bit of a clip.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm sure some fans know what this video is from.
Yeah, some fans know what this is from.
Welcome to the floor is lava. Each one of you have a button by your feet. Pressing the button will release your shackle, dropping you into the lava. Whoever drops into the lava dies, but makes it so the other person is free to go.
Oh shit! Oh shit! We're all gonna die!
Time for the true brotherly test. Oh, and the lava is rising, so if you don't make a choice soon, you both die. Have fun!
Mario! Hap, hap, hap! Piece of shit! Wow! Let's go! Mario! Ese patapahal na sa no? Luigi! No! Okay. Go, Luigi! Matuturo sa rebaro.
Luigi, no!
Mario! Thanks! Sorry. Matuturo sa rebaro. Luigi! Wow! Matuturo sa rebaro. Kochi-kochi.
Right on. So that was from last year. That was one of the more dramatic episodes that we did in a long series of videos. We actually release videos weekly, and we have episodes just like this that come out every week. And basically, it's much more comedy, like quirky gaming sort of stuff. And this was just one video that we're honestly we're proud of. We put in a lot of editing and story writing into this. And so that's basically what SMG4 is. Now, why don't we talk about how exactly this all started and how exactly we got to where we are now, because this definitely was not done overnight.
No, definitely not. So I started when I was, as you know, started in 2011. I was just in my room. I think it started in my room. I can show you that this is the first video I did. So there were other machinima channels doing similar stuff. And this is the very first video I made.
And you can see the resolution is really tiny.
It's so bad, but this is what started it all.
Some OG Super Mario 64.
So basically it was just gameplay, all with subtitles.
Yeah.
With Mario talking. That was where it started. Yeah, that's what I did.
Y'all play Super Mario 64 before? Yeah.
Yeah. So that,
Everybody remembers this.
so yeah, that's pretty much like I just started off making stuff like this, and it just evolved over time.
But yeah, the thing was, Luke genuinely enjoyed doing what he did, and he was willing to go week after week, even as like a 13-year-old, just making this content.
Even with no
for
signs of
YouTube.
like growth.
Yeah, exactly.
Kept
I
going.
think, yeah, for the first year, there was like nobody at all, right? And that's the first thing I want to say. It's like, doing YouTube, especially in this day and age, because the market is so saturated and there's so many people on YouTube now, it's very, very hard to actually break into it and like start getting traction. But it is definitely something you have to keep trying at. And for that to work and for you not to go insane, making content just sort of every week, you need to make sure you enjoy what you do. And so that is the very first and foremost, the biggest thing about doing something on YouTube or being in this industry is you need to enjoy what you're doing, because you're gonna be doing it a lot. You're gonna be doing it day in and day out, making content for YouTube. That's the first thing. The next thing, I guess, was the next thing, I guess, was when did we start actually getting traction, and like what actually happened? So when did you go from like, I guess, having no subscribers or no fan base at all to actually like kicking it off?
So it was like in 2014, there was this one video where it was like a FNAF related video.
Yeah.
And that one exploded me, and
Yeah.
that actually got me a good amount of subscribers, and that's where stuff started to actually kick in.
Yeah, so what was it? It was like, there was a Five Nights at Freddy's video, right? He did a parody of Five Nights at Freddy's, and that video went viral. And from that video, it sort of springboarded him originally into the YouTube stratosphere, and that's when you actually started getting traction and people started coming. So it took a while before you started getting traction, but I think it worked out really, really well in the end.
Yeah.
And from there, we started making more content. We were like, okay, how exactly do we go about this now? Because we started getting our own. We started getting an audience, but Luke never actually showed his face on YouTube before. So he was making weekly content quite often.
Yeah.
But we were like, okay, what is the next step? People are looking at the content now. Where can we take it next? And for that, the solution was we need to show our face more. Case in point, we did like a mail time opening.
Yep. There's no sound for this. Just us. So this is my bedroom. This is where I started off. It's just a cube. And yeah, me and Kevin, this is where we started off, just opening up mail.
Yep. And so the big lesson we learned here was when you're making content, it's really good, especially in the YouTube space, to attach a personality to it, because there are a lot of YouTubers that we can say that sort of upload like, I guess, just content where they don't put their personality into it, which is absolutely fine. You can definitely grow. You can definitely grow an audience that way. But as I think Casey Neistat said this, attaching a personality to something makes it so in the future when you want to say, hey, I'm starting this completely new project, go and check it out. It makes it all the more easier, and that was something that we learned after doing all of this, and that's why we slowly started to bring our face out more. And then after that, I dropped out. I didn't drop out. I finished uni. I did a 5-year degree in computer science at university.
And then you saw what I was doing.
Yeah, and so the story goes was Luke was just doing this like year after year. He was 4 years into it, I think.
Yep.
And then I was doing uni myself, and then I saw what he was doing, and I was like, whoa, like this guy is blowing up. He had like 500,000 subscribers around that time. And I was like, oh, hey, maybe I should like help this guy out and like see what's going on. So I literally, it was my last year of uni. I was looking at what you were doing. I was like, okay, maybe I'll help him write. I help manage the YouTube channel a little bit. And then after I graduated from uni, it just sort of happened. I sort of just fell into this full-time job of helping SMG4 here out.
It was a really good decision.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I think it worked out really well, because from there we sort of springboarded and we sort of like streamlined everything. We took it a bit more seriously because Luke was finishing his last year of high school at the time. we're from Australia, right? And he was in his final exams, and he just spent this entire time trying to study. And I was like, well, he needs a lot of help. So I came aboard. And it eventually sort of just happened. I was never like in the beginning, I'm gonna do YouTube full time. This is 100% like what I'm going to do. It just slowly happened over time, and we just sort of clicked and everything sort of just worked.
And from that point on, we started going.
Yeah, and that's the other big thing that I want to say is absolutely do not put all your eggs in one basket when you start YouTube. Do not go into YouTube being like, I'm gonna make it 100% from the get-go. I'm gonna start from ground zero. I'm gonna put everything and just begin doing YouTube, because that is a very, very risky thing. In this industry, it's extremely risky because you're relying on a completely nebulous platform that sort of just like serves up videos seemingly randomly to the audience. I say seemingly randomly because there is a sort of algorithm to it, and there is a way you can sort of help you promote your videos. But this industry is so large now. If you just jump into it, like say you like drop out of uni, quit your job and everything, and just like put all your money on starting a YouTube channel, if that doesn't work out, then you're gonna find yourself in a very sticky situation. So highly, highly recommend if you're still gaining traction, or if you're still just starting off, to just have it as a hobby for now. See how you go. And just do it slowly. Make it more of your side job. And I would recommend like maybe around the threshold for going like, okay, maybe let's do this full time, would be probably when you hit around like 100,000 subscribers. That I say subscribers with like a grain of salt, because subscribers actually mean nothing in this day and age. Like subscribers, they're YouTubers with 10 million subscribers, but they get like little to no views. Exactly.
Like Ray William Johnson, for example?
Yeah. The guy, do you guys remember Ray William Johnson? Yeah, do you guys know him? It's like a super old YouTuber way back in the day, right? He did YouTube, and he's sort of fallen off the face of the earth, and his videos get like only thousands of views, which is very small when you compare to how many subscribers he has. And so the metric that we use is definitely views. So if you can safely say get like, what's a good metric, like 50,000 views per day, that's when you can actually like
stop living.
You can afford a living, right?
Yeah.
You can afford actually living on YouTube. Anyway, with all that said, why don't we continue our journey on what we did? So
next we started our gaming channel in early 2017, I believe.
We went from doing SMG4 and we're like, hey, why don't we just start playing games as well? And I think this is a very good pet project that we've been working on the side of our main channel, SMG4. This is a perfect example of how exactly to make it in this day and age, because we started this in modern YouTube. We had this channel in 2017, and yes, SMG4 did help a lot in promoting this channel, but a big thing here was trying to figure out, okay, this day and age, there's so many gaming channels. Who here, like, if you want to do YouTube, who's thinking of starting like a channel in gaming? Put your hand up. Right, quite a few people, right? Okay, and I'm sure you guys all watch gaming YouTubers. I'm sure all of you seen like many different gaming channels. A big thing here is nowadays the market, the YouTube space is so saturated. There's so many people doing gaming now that to actually stick out, you have to do things differently. And our gaming channel is like a perfect example of that, because when we started off, we just played regular games. We played like Wii Sports, we played like Mario Party, that sort of stuff. And it fell on deaf ears. Like at the very beginning when we promoted it, it got some views, but over time, people just sort of like, oh, it's just a gaming video, we'll sort of go away. And to make it, especially in gaming, you need two things. You need to either be very good at a game or very funny.
Yep.
And we were definitely not good at playing games. We were funny in the sense of people were laughing at us for our very bad gameplay. But we found our niche in terms of modding. So we
played a bunch of modded games. For example, we have like bootleg games off of the Google Play Store.
Yeah, and our motto for this channel is literally playing games differently. And for example, one example that you can see right here is, what's a good one? we have this Portal Mario game. So y'all played Mario 64 before, right? You know what that is? There's a mod for it where you can literally play Portal inside Mario 64. And that's what we kind of did. And games like that, like when people see it, they're like, oh, okay, this is Mario 64, but it's different. Like, okay, in a Portal context. And we sort of, we found that was our niche. And like, we started getting a lot of traction that way. And the thing to take from that is, no matter what you want to do, no matter what sort of niche that you want to target, look at what's available and try to do it differently. Try to put your own twist on it. And that's a very important thing because there's so many people doing it now. If you want to really stick out, start like doing your own new thing. Never chase trends. Never be like, oh, everybody's playing Fortnite, I'm gonna start playing Fortnite as well. If you
gonna drown in all the other YouTubers doing it.
Exactly. You need to put your own spin on it, and try to find your own way. Or you be exceptionally good at the game. That works as well. If you're really good at the game, then you're set. That's fine as well. Cool. So back to our story, Luke. We started the gaming channel, and whereabouts did we do it?
Then we moved from my little bedroom to a slightly bigger part of our house. It's just a small rectangle at the back of our parents' house.
So this is the office version 1.0. We were literally in the storage space of our parents' room, just me and Luke. This is our gaming area. It's nice and cozy.
See me, I'm working on a little tiny Mac over there. Like, it was so like, primitive, not primitive, sorry. It was like very early.
It was simple, it was modest.
It's very simple.
It got the job done, it got where we needed to go. I remember, you wanna go to the next slide real quick and show the gaming area?
Oh, God.
So this is where we played games at the very beginning. And I remember, see that couch that's sort of like at the bottom of the screen? There was no room to actually access the gaming area to play video games. We actually had to climb over the gaming couch every time we wanted to play video games. But it worked. Like, you don't need like a $1 million office. You don't need $1 million gaming equipment to get off the ground with this stuff. We literally just had a couch, a TV, a video game, and a PC, and we managed to build the foundation of our YouTube channel and our company. And like, this was much simpler times. I'm very, very fond. This entire room holds a very deep, close place in my heart. There was a lot of memes. A lot of fun had in this room, and a lot of content was created.
It wasn't aging very well before we left it, Kevin.
Oh, dude, it's a funny story actually. This room actually, it was literally originally just a garage, right? And our dad transformed it into a room for us. And what he did was he got plasterboard because the room was just all tinning, right? And like when it rained, the water would come through. He got like plasterboard. He just stapled it into the roof of our room because he was like, oh, this should hold. This should hold. And then later on in the year, this room was built in 2017, and later on in the year, the water would seep through. So now if you go into the room, the roof is all just like, it's soaking through, it's deteriorating, there's mold growing on it, and yeah, we had to move out. We're very glad that we moved on from that.
So yeah, over time we grew, and we moved on to a better office for us.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, we wanna start having our office, and this is from our channel. This is what our office looks like now. This is the YouTube Office 2.0.
Yep. Yes.
This is just the shelf of some of our employees.
Yep. We have other employees, and this is the gaming room now.
Yeah. So this is us giving. Yeah. This is what the gaming room looks like now.
So yeah, it's a bit of a step up, but it did help a lot better with making the videos.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so the reason why we did this was not because we were like, okay, we have the money and we just want to buy expensive things. No, we actually, this is the part where, this is sort of the beyond part in today's talk. We were like, okay, we want to take the next step. For us personally, we wanted to go beyond just doing the machinima stuff, just go beyond doing YouTube content. And that's when we started looking into animation. Does everybody here know Rooster Teeth? Do you guys know, yeah? Put your hand up if you know Rooster Teeth. And yeah, so basically, Rooster Teeth, very similar situation to us. They started off in doing machinima, and they sort of went and they took the next step into animation. Like they made an animation series called Ruby. And we've had aspirations ourselves to make our own original animation. Like, that's a huge, huge step. And we're going to talk a lot about this animation series because there were a lot of challenges we faced and a lot of things we found from it, and like a lot of things we figured out from doing it. Our animation series that we decided to start is called Meta Runner. Luke, if you want to show them real quick.
Yep, there it is.
This is the promotional art. This is after 1.5 years of very, very hard work. And we had no idea what we were doing when we started. And like, we sort of just jumped into it. Luke and I were just like, let's just do it. You know, we had no idea. We had never been in the animation industry. Let's just jump in. Let's hire 4 artists to help us do this.
Oh boy.
That was the start of a very big learning experience from us. And I think there's a lot of stuff that we can share with you guys from all of this. If we could go back now and be like, and talk to our former selves before we started all this, the number one thing we would say would be, take it easy. Definitely take it easy, because we were just like, let's just jump right into it. We hired 4 artists, like a modeler, an animator, an environmental artist, just to sort of begin this idea that we had. And I think, what do you think the biggest challenges were when doing all this?
We didn't know how long things would take, so everything became like, the schedule was like always overdue.
It got to the point where there was a lot of, I guess, for lack of better words, just a lack of foresight on pursuing an animation, right? And so everything would like sort of pass deadlines. We wouldn't meet stuff, and it took a very long time for animation to actually get off the ground. Pre-production. So when writing for an animation series and doing stuff like this, people usually take like half a year to a year to do that before they even begin doing animation.
Do you guys want to know how long our pre-production took? It was like a month?
Yeah, less than a month, because we were just like, let's just jump into it. Screw it, let's do it. Let's hire people, let's just start making stuff.
That killed us.
It killed us. It's been a huge learning experience though, and we've now everything is where it should be, and we're going along very well with this animation series. We're going to show you the trailer for it very, very shortly. But before we do that, it's been a huge battle, an uphill battle trying to get where we are. We've lost so much sleep over it. We've worked our butts off the past year just because we didn't have that much knowledge in the industry. And that's the next tip. If you want to, this goes with YouTube as well. If you want to do stuff, make sure you know what you're about to get yourself into, because especially on YouTube, you will be spending every day working on it to actually get yourself off the ground.
Yeah.
And this is like the perfect example of that. Oh, cool. So yeah, we were like, okay, we want to start our own animation series, and we have this machinima thing going on. We got our gaming thing going on. We need a company for this.
Yep. And so we started a little company called Glitch Productions. So we went from a tiny YouTube channel to actually starting a company, which was another big step for us.
Yeah, and yeah, we got incorporated. We grew a team. Our team grew to like 9 to 10 people.
Yeah.
This is us just a couple of months ago. Because we debuted our animation series. We did a panel before, actually in PAX Australia, talking about this, but our series hasn't dropped. Wasn't announced yet. And so we couldn't actually show any of this stuff, but now we can. So this is us and our art team on the launch of Meta Runner, and it's crazy. Like, it's been absolutely crazy. It's so different from doing YouTube, because when you do YouTube, you're releasing like, oh, what's the next video? What video is coming out next week? Whereas when we did this animation series, we were like, this is a 1.5 year investment into making like 1.5 hours of content.
But there was a reason why we chose to do this. It was because we can't just rely on YouTube anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's a huge thing. Do you guys know what I mean when I say the Adpocalypse? You guys familiar with that?
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows that.
All right. For those that don't know, around 2016, circa 2016, there was this huge event on YouTube where I think there were basically bad videos circulating YouTube, and advertisers' ads were being shown on them. And ads are the main way YouTubers make money. They show their ads before a video, and the audience watch it. And like every time someone watches an ad, they'll get like like 0.0001 cent, right? And during 2016, when these videos, like these like very, very negative videos came out, advertisers were like, oh, I don't want my ads to be in the front of this, so they started taking all the ads off of YouTube. And around that time, we made like 20% of what we would normally making, and like this affected everybody. It was a huge, huge deal on YouTube. And that's when we sort of like, it hit us in the face, right?
YouTube is very volatile.
YouTube is an unstable job, and if
you never know, like tomorrow you might not be making any revenue
absolutely
anymore.
Like there was another thing where like YouTube's joke about this all the time, but especially now, so many people being demonetized. The videos are being demonetized just because like it's very arbitrary. One day YouTube would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna move the money for this video, or like maybe use a 1-second clip from like a song, and
that can get you copyrighted.
Yeah, and the thing is, YouTube doesn't really have a say in any of this because they appeal more to the advertisers. So they help the companies and like the bigger advertisers, and they don't really pay attention to the content creators when it comes to these sorts of things. And so we were like, well, damn, we can't only rely on ad revenue anymore or just releasing videos. There has to be other ways to start bringing income.
And so that's why we started an animation.
Yep, that's a big reason why we wanted to make our own original animation series, because from there, we were like, okay, there are many opportunities that this will bring to us.
Yep.
Case in point, merchandise. We started looking into doing merchandise, and that's when we opened our merchandise store last year. And from then, it has brought in a significant amount of revenue, and it's been a very, very strong avenue for us to pursue, and it's basically helped us sleep better at night when we make these videos. We were like, okay, if YouTube were to like blow up and all our videos didn't make money, we will still be able to survive because we have this other opportunity to make videos now, which is just through this merchandise. And from there, we're like, okay, how else can we expand?
Well, you might be asking, like, we make Mario-related animations.
Right.
And so how do you make money off of copyrighted characters?
Yeah, because we can't just stick Mario on a shirt and sell it, because like Nintendo would be all over our butts.
Yeah.
Nintendo ninjas would come to our house, knock on our door, and be like, get out of here, you know?
Yeah.
So we also started introducing our own original characters into our videos. These are our two characters, Tari and Psycho here. We introduced them
last year.
Yeah, last year, and they've been doing really, really well. A lot of people will like it. The SMG4 fans here, do you know these characters? Yeah, SMG, yeah, Tari and Psycho. Cool. Huge step forward for us, because we introduced these characters and we're like, hey, the fans are really enjoying this, and the great thing is we can do whatever we want with them. Like, we can put them on posters, we can put them on shirts and stuff, and just start selling our own merchandise and like start looking into our own IP. We even made our own song with one of these characters, because we're sort of like just experimenting with like music and stuff like that. But it just gave us the freedom to do pretty much what we wanted to do, and that was the next step for us as a company. And that was definitely why we wanted to do an animation series, a completely original one as well, because we would own all of it, and we'd be able to sleep at night knowing that this is ours. Like, it's a big thing. Like, every day we go to sleep, like, not knowing that one day Nintendo just might knock on our door and be like, hey.
Cease and desist.
Yep. You know, just FBI, open up.
Yep.
Nintendo, we don't want Nintendo, like, you guys making Nintendo. No more. Done. So that's why we're starting to introduce our own characters, and we're doing this animation series. And from there,
we started opening up other avenues to
make revenue as well. So right now we're on tour. We're on tour. We're doing live shows all around America. We just did a show yesterday, and we're doing a show tomorrow in Houston, Texas. And that's exactly where I'm wearing the shirt from. It's going really, really well. We've had like quite a few people attend these shows, and it's been great fun. The general idea is like Luke makes a video on set.
I have to edit a video under 35 minutes with the help of the audience, and it's really, really stressful. But everybody seems to enjoy it.
Yep. And it's been absolutely so much fun. And a big reason why we started going on tour was to actually spread a message of just. One of the big reasons why I'm having this panel as well is to start just making stuff and make sure you really enjoy it. it's the first thing I said at the beginning of this panel, was if you enjoy what you're doing and you do it like consistently, you definitely find an audience. You'll find success in some way, shape, or form. And this is us at our tour in June.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this was half a year ago. A lot of people showed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it went really well. We're really glad people liked it.
Yeah.
And we had like 8 more shows this January.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really goes to show that there's many other options than just YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So this is like way down the line after you start getting traction, after you start having like your own sort of community. It's like, okay, where am I going to go from here? And like the number one thing is you need to look for other ways to also make money if you want to do this, if this is your main gig, right? Making the content is absolutely the best thing about doing this. But we also gotta be able to like afford. We got people we gotta pay. We got bills to pay, and we gotta make sure that we can sustain all of that, so we can continue making stuff. I think Bernie Burns from Rooster Teeth put this the best. We make awesome content to make money, so we can make even better content, and that is our driving force. That's why we do this. That's why we try to make money, so we can make better content.
And yeah, continuing on.
Yeah, moving on. So we also expanded into other areas. We did, we also we started a live action comedy series as well last year. It's called Hitbox, and it's basically me and Luke dressed up as characters, and
There's plenty of spaghetti to
we do dumb stuff.
Please just
It's really action-based, like Jackie Chan styled.
Mario.
That was a very big help during this episode.
Mario, no! Mario! My manliness! You son of a Koopa! Come on, man, can we please be friends?
I think that's it. Yeah.
that was Hitbox. That's our animation series.
Our action series.
Action series, sorry. Yeah, and this is also another thing that we were looking into as well. So we had the Machinima channel with the gaming stuff. The animation channel was in the works, and I've always wanted to do action comedy because martial arts is something I'm very passionate about. And I think this is another good example, again, on just YouTube, where we have this space where we live in a time where we can do absolutely anything we want and make our hobby our job. And this is a good example of that. I really, really liked martial arts, and so I was like, I'm just gonna grab a bunch of friends, grab a camera, and we're just gonna film stupid stuff like this. And it's going really well. We actually got on the front page of Reddit last month, I think.
Yep.
On just like this video we did, and yeah, it's been absolutely great.
And now, yeah.
And let's look at the big thing. The big thing we've been working on, Meta Runner. This is our animation series we've been working on for the past 1.5 years. This is the trailer for it. Can I just get a show of hands who already knows about this series in the audience? Yay, that's right. Right on. This is our biggest thing that we're working on. This is like our make or break thing for our company. Yeah. Let's just watch the trailer. Let it speak for itself. The volume. Yeah.
eyes glow. I think that I can see it show.
This place is incredible, but why does it seem so familiar?
Video games are the center of everything here, Tari.
Excuse me, can I have your autograph?
That cybernetic arm. You're a meta runner, right?
These people have replaced their limbs just so they can boost their gaming performance. Can you imagine that?
You'd be surprised what people would do to be number one.
Oh my god, that frame-perfect precision! It's where I never knew my game! Oh, by the
Tari's ability to learn video games is incredible! Oh, you should have seen him, man!
Wait, Coconut Boy?
The name's Theo, and welcome to my home. You went into the video game. That's unheard of. Yeah, Tari!
That ability to go inside games, that lets you see things others can't, right?
I guess you could put it that way.
How remarkable.
Lux has hurt a lot of people, but it's all for the better.
Technology like this would make us unstoppable.
I wonder what's going on with me.
I'm always running.
Change of plan. I no longer just want her abilities for Tazcore. I want her.
Lux, you are so creepy right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So,
And yeah, that's Meta Runner. That's where we are at now, and that is everything we've been working towards. And hopefully, where we want to go with this is once this releases, hopefully it's a hit. We want to do more seasons and effectively become a production company.
so you can see we started in a small bedroom and worked our way up from making machinima all the way to making a new channel to starting new series.
Yeah.
It's really, it was amazing.
Yeah, it's been an incredible experience. We faced a lot of challenges, and like just from all of this, the thing that I can say is you can definitely make your hobbies or anything that you want a reality. You just need to make sure that you enjoy doing it, because you're going to be doing it a lot, especially if you want to make it in the YouTube space. And if you do it, make sure you stick to a schedule. Make sure you're consistent with it. It's very rare that you can just like release a video once every blue moon and then get traction that way. The best way to do it is to consistently keep going at it. And that was yeah, that's basically our story. That is the story of where we've been for the past 5 or 6 years.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, guys. Now, really quick, we will be doing a Q&A session. I think we have like 20 minutes, so we can have like a few questions. If anybody have any questions, please feel free to ask. It can be about SMG4 if you want.
Or anything about
anything at all. I think the enforcers will help just make a line, or how are we going to do this?
Want to put your hand up? Or?
Oh, yeah, put your hand up, and yeah, we'll just choose guys. Yeah, right. Yeah, just come up to the microphone. Go for it. Hello.
Yeah.
How do you do your animation?
Which one? Meta Runner?
Or SMG4?
Oh, okay. So we've hired a team of artists to help with Meta Runner over here. I think we have 2 animators, a modeler / rigger, and an environmental artist, and they put all the time into this, and they're an amazing team.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We use a program called Maya and Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
I'm a YouTuber as well, and
right on.
I haven't posted a video in like since recently, so would you? But I know you said that if you post once every blue moon, it's very hard to get traction that way. But what about the quality? Does that also matter?
Oh, 100%. YouTube's weird because it depends.
You got audiences that like memey stuff. You got audiences that really like high quality stuff. It's really.
Yeah, so this brings into the whole talk about like the YouTube algorithm into play. Like YouTube actually rewards longer videos that don't necessarily have to be like super high quality. Like if you're talking in terms of exposure to your videos, longer videos usually perform better.
Okay.
But at the same time, like if you just upload yourself playing a game and there's no editing involved, people probably going to click off if like you're not, extremely funny. But I think it's definitely finding a balance between quality and being able to like consistently make videos.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
For the content that you guys have produced as SMG4,
yeah.
What have you found has helped as far as optimizing your workflow? Because I've made content, and sometimes I feel like I just hit this creative brick wall, and I think about it, and I'm like, man, I'm sitting here thinking, what the hell am I gonna make? And I'm supposed to make a video every week?
Oh, 100%. 100%. This is something huge that all YouTubers experience. It's called YouTube Burnout. And it's because you have that pressure of making stuff like every week and like continuously needing to come up with new ideas. You can't just sort of sit back and enjoy what you create.
Being creative all the time is not easy to do.
The number one thing that I will highly recommend is find people that do what you do. Find a network with other people who are sort of like, not even like take subscribers, take viewership out of the equation. Just people that like do stuff that you do. For us, we have a lot of friends, like Nathaniel Bandy, Simple Flips, a lot of other gaming YouTubers that sort of do what we do, that sort of play games and stuff. And we talk with them all the time. And it's very, very reassuring to have someone else who's sort of in the same space as you. And that's how we sort of get our motivation back, our confidence back. Like when you realize other people in the same boat as me, that definitely helps. And like for me and Luke, I do all the script writing and Luke does all the editing, and we bounce back off and forth with each other when we come up with new ideas, and that also really, really helps. Like doing it alone is extremely, extremely tiring.
Having someone to bounce off of is like the best thing that you could do for ideas.
And trust me, like no matter what niche you're in, there will be other people that that enjoy your content or that'll make similar content as well. So just like seek those people out, join a Discord, join a forum, start talking to people, and that's the best way I'd recommend.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Well, good, man. Thank you.
Hi. My friend and I are big fans, and I was wondering if you could say something for him. Could you say SMG4 is sticky?
SMG4 is sticky?
Sticky.
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
How do y'all do the speed runs y'all do on the Hobo Bros?
Oh, okay. For context, we do, we have this series. Again, this is dipping back into like just doing new things on YouTube. We verse speedrunner in Mario 64 where 10 YouTubers, 10 of us, like go against one speedrunner, and we race in Mario 64 who can get the most stars, like who can get 70 stars in a time limit, who does it first. And then that's exploded on our channel. And I guess was the question like, how do we do it? Like technically, or?
Like the recording and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. We use a recording software called OBS. That's the main recording studio. It's very easy to use, and we record our games with it, and all our other people that play with us record their game screens as well. And we just put it all together, and we edit it in a software called Sony Vegas.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. There you go.
I had a question.
Right on.
I have a few questions, but like, celebrities on YouTube are always like, oh, I don't consider myself a celebrity. I consider myself well known. Would you consider yourself a celebrity or well known?
I don't know. I've never actually thought about that.
I never really see myself as a celebrity or someone too famous. I just like I'm just a guy trying to make stuff on the internet.
Like popularity or fame has never been something that we just like, haha, we're famous. It's just like
I want to be it's an artist thing, but I want to be known for the stuff we make.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I think like if you go, if you take like an animation route, especially like if you're an artist, you 100% want to be known for your work and like not necessarily for your personality. Again, it helps.
Yep.
But what we want is our stuff to be known, our content.
Can you say Caillou is sticky?
Who?
Can you say Caillou is made of maple syrup?
Is this a meme? Is this a meme we're unaware of?
Caillou's made of maple syrup?
And it's sticky? There you go.
There you go. Thank you for your question.
Right on, man.
Okay, good enough. Okay, so my name's Mike. I had 2 questions. One of them was just somebody else asked about. You also said something about OBS. I used to use OBS when trying to use my videos.
Yep.
But then they came out with this new update, and now I've had a problem with like it has. The gameplay won't like show up. Nothing will show up. It's a pure black screen. Have y'all ever had any trouble with that?
That's happened a lot. I don't use OBS too much. It's more of a you question.
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Yes, many times.
I honestly wouldn't know.
There's many reasons why that could happen, so we can't help.
I couldn't pinpoint anything. I would say like I would Google it. To be honest, I wouldn't be able to answer that like right now without actually seeing what the problem is.
Sorry about that.
Okay, and then the other question was, how do you do like the bob thing? Because I mean, I love bob.
So
nice shirt, by the way. That's an amazing shirt, dude.
Thank you.
Where'd you get it?
Your store.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's a character that uses text-to-speech.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, we use text-to-speech from a website called Acapella Voice, and yeah, it's free. It's on there.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Right on, man.
Thank you.
This kid's a magician. Okay. When you said you wanted to get a little more personal with your audience, your first reaction was putting your face on camera. For some people, that is not an option because either they don't have a good camera, they're not comfortable with their face, or they just want to hide their privacy.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah. Okay.
So how else would you advise that people share their personality?
This is a perfect example. Do you know Odd Ones Out? Huge YouTubers. They never show their face before. You can easily put your personality through like an avatar persona. MatPat, you guys know Game Theory? Yeah, MatPat uses a JPEG of himself. He waves it around.
There's also Saberspark, who uses a caricature of him.
Yep. There are many YouTubers that either just use like an avatar or something. You can easily implement your personality through that way as well.
All right, thank you.
Oh, good, man.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
I'll let you know, I'm a huge fan to watch videos. I've been watching every single video every day.
Right on.
Thank you. One. I'm kind of nervous because this is the first time I see you guys in person. Because I've been watching between you guys. You went to E3, Japan, everywhere. So I just want to say, you guys doing a good job.
Thank you very much.
And make sure you're making funny stuff. I've been watching that all the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm Carla.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a gamer.
Awesome.
And this is my first time here, so I'm just, exploring, enjoying the place.
Cool. Do you have a question?
Question. I don't know. I'm trying to think now.
That's all right. Well, it was very nice meeting you, Carla. And like, again, this is a big reason why we do this as well. Like, being able to talk to fans like this and just showing that people enjoy our stuff means a lot to us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Carla.
It's great meeting you.
All right. I was hoping I want to get that hat. I want that hat, actually.
Well, like, it's perfect because right after this, funny that you mentioned that, we're doing a signing over in the Q Hall, I think. If you guys follow us, we'll actually have like a merch booth up as well, where you can like get the hat if you want, and then we'll happily like sign it for you guys. So yeah,
stick around.
That'll be right after this panel. So
thank you, Carla.
Either way is fine.
Right on.
Hi.
Hello.
I had 2 questions. One, you know how, you usually put fan art of some of your characters at the end of each video. How do you pick those? Like, how do you decide which ones go up there?
Well, I just go on like places where they share the fan art, like DeviantArt or Amino. I just pick the ones that look pretty cool. It's just a random process, really.
Yep. And the other question, so you have 2 different worlds here, SMG4 universe and this new one, Metarunner.
Yep.
What made you decide to put the main character of Metarunner, Atari, in your SMG4 videos, but in a different way?
Yep. So a big thing was, if you can tell, the style of this animation is very different from SMG4, and we didn't just want to release something suddenly without people knowing anything about it. And that was very much why, for those of you that don't know, our main character in Meta Run Atari. We put her in SMG4, and we sort of integrated her over the past year, and she's part of the main cast now. And the main reason we did that was just so people can warm up to the character Tari, and people like her. So when Meta Runner drops, they're like, "Oh, Tari's in this animation. She has her own animation show. I'm gonna check it out." And so yeah, that was the reason.
All right. Well, thank you.
No, right on, man.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Nice Kirito.
Thanks. Have you ever? I only have one question.
Yep.
Have you ever made a video called "If Mario Was in Oblivion: Elder Scrolls 4"?
We did Skyrim actually.
I've never. Yeah.
Yeah, we did If Mario's in Skyrim.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you check
I
it
haven't
out.
played Oblivion, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll get around to it.
Yeah.
Thank you
for the suggestion, man.
All right. See ya.
Are you subscribed to PewDiePie?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Subscribe to PewDiePie, man.
T-Series win.
Yeah, that's it.
Hi, I'm Noah, and I was wondering how you can get people to show up for things, because I've been trying to make content for 2 years, and I have one video up on my channel because I try to do sketch comedy and stuff. How would you suggest getting people to show up?
Like fans or?
No, just my friends and people in general. Cause
to show up for your videos?
Yeah. Because I can't do it by myself.
Right. If it's people you personally know, I would just ask them, say like, "Oh, hey, I'm making something fun. You want to just come and like do something stupid with me?" And like, you know, that's that. Usually that's what I say to my friends. Just get them together and be like, "Hey, I want to do something stupid. Come, it'll be fun." And that's it.
How would you convince them if they still say no? Because I've been trying for 2 years.
Right. Tell them.
Are they your friends?
Are they your? Are these your friends or these random people?
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Hi, I'm Justin, and
Hey, man.
how did you come across the Fishy Boopkins voice?
All right. It just sort of happened like when we came up with this character, Fishy Boopkins. Luke, how did you come up with the model for it?
So I was just searching through Gmod and I was looking through Mario enemies and I just saw the spike and I just chose it.
We just needed a fish character for this episode we were doing.
The spike looked like a fish.
And I looked at it and I was like, I think he should sound like this, and it just sort of happened. Like honestly, I just looked at him and I just started talking like this and his voice just stuck.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Right on, man. Let's go, last question.
How would you say YouTube Red has impacted your revenue and also the amount of people that come and watch your videos?
What was that? YouTube what? YouTube Red?
Have you seen like an increase or really a decrease? Like, do you get more revenue from someone that watches an ad versus someone that's subscribed to YouTube Red? I'm not sure.
Right. I can tell from our experience with the analytics that very small percentage of the revenue comes from YouTube Red. So like it's almost negligible, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right on. Thank you guys so much. All right, looks like that is the end of this panel. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right on. Real quick, right after this, we will be going to do it. We'll be having a signing. We'll also have a merch booth up, which we'll be more than happy to sign if you grab merch from there. Where is it exactly? It's in the queue hall, I think. I think that's where the signing area is. Can I get an enforcer to confirm that? No? There's no enforcers here?
No, they all left. Cool. Oh, there's one over there.
Pardon? Right. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's in the queue hall. So if you want to make your way over there, we will happily have a chat with you. If you have any more questions, we'll take a photo if you want. You can check out the merch there as well. We will be happy to sign stuff, and we'll see you guys there.
Thank you so
very
much for
much.
coming.